Hi Virgo, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Spiritandauratarot and welcome to your January 2020 Tarot and Oracle card reading. This is a general collective reading for Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you happen to find that these messages don't resonate with you, I would suggest checking your Rising and your Moon signs too, because depending on the planetary aspects at play, checking those signs can often give us an accurate picture of what's going on too, okay? So I like to start off with a little prayer here. I now call on my angels, archangels, starseeds, guardian angels, Father God, ascended masters, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, and other beings of love and light who have the best intentions for all, who would like to come into this time and space for guidance, love, and wisdom. Please connect me to clear divine love, guidance, and wisdom. Please help me to clearly see, hear, feel, sense, and know the insight, wisdom, and guidance available to me now. Please help me to clearly interpret and communicate the benevolent messages you have for the collective sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for their highest good and for the highest good of all. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is Virgo's main situation or concern that you think they need to know about for their highest good for this month of January 2020? What is their main situation or concern for this month of January 2020? What do you think they need to know about for their highest good and for the highest good of all? So we have the Queen of Swords reversed. There could be an air sign of significance to you guys, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person. For some of you, this person may be kind of a little bit bitchy. I don't want to use too many curse words on this channel, but yeah, someone who is just kind of too overly blunt, someone that's a little bit too overly blunt in your sphere. They might even be a nag of some sort, okay? I just saw some orbs, so that's like Spirit wants you guys to really pay attention. They're probably affirming that this person is definitely a nag. Let's get some more info for you guys to see what else is going on. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands under your expectations. Okay, yeah, so there could be some really petty ego games going on with this person, and I feel like for a small group of you guys, like it might not even necessarily there might not even be like any ill intent necessarily, but it's like there's this game that's being played, okay? There's some ego games being played here, okay? But yeah, anger, jealousy, passive aggressiveness, just something to be conscious of, okay? This could be like a boss, someone at work, maybe someone you're living with. Now let's see what else is going on for you guys. What are the hidden influences? What are the hidden influences for Virgo? Okay, so you guys are in the process of beginning a new cycle, but you're still at the tail end of an old cycle, okay? So I feel like this might be something you might not even be completely conscious of. And I just saw some orbs again, so Spirit wants you guys to pay attention. I feel like this is something that you guys might not even be completely conscious of, that you're still, you know, you might have already started something new And but it's like you're still at the tail end of your old cycle. It feels like you guys are still wrapping things up, okay? So what advice do you have for Virgo? What advice do you have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? For their highest good and for the highest good of all. What advice do you have? Some of you guys could have like started a new job, and maybe you're wrapping things up, or maybe you haven't, you're still wrapping things up with your old boss. Maybe you didn't want to like leave them hanging, but it's that kind of vibe, that kind of energy that I'm sensing here. So we have the Seven of Cups and your advice, and I'm going to pull one more card, see if we can tie it together. What is the outcome for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? What is the outcome you think they need to know about for their highest good and for the highest good of all? You guys are wanting to do like a lot of things. Like you guys are thinking about a lot of different options you have. Okay, yeah. So it's like there's something going on where we just had this flipped over for your next extended energies here. So it's like you guys could be thinking about leaving a job. I'm really getting like a work vibe for most of you. For others of you, this could be pertaining to other areas of your life. But it's like there's something that you guys are thinking about leaving behind, and maybe some of you have already left it behind, but it's like people don't quite understand why you would make that decision to leave this this opportunity behind. So like for instance, you know, if this is pertaining to your work and career area of life, it's like people around you would be kind of like, why would you leave this? You know, your boss treats you so well, they pay you so well. Or if it's a relationship, like why would you want to leave this person? They're absolutely gorgeous, and they treat you better than anyone has treated you before. Okay, there's such a catch. Why would you leave something like this? But for you guys, it's kind of like you'd be thinking about it because it's like you guys are very much focused on your own personal growth, your own personal and spiritual growth. This is very much an inner decision. Okay, this is a decision that you'd be making having to do with like, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, tuning out the external noise. This is all for you and for you specifically. It's like you guys are thinking about all the different things that you can do, all the different options that you have. Like, oh, what would it be like if I were a architect, or what would it be like if I were a fashion designer, and these are just examples, but it's like you guys are kind of dreaming about all of these different possibilities available to you now. And like this, I'm getting for most of you guys, this is having to do with work. Now, please leave a comment below if you guys resonate with these messages, because I would, you know, this is a brand new channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, but I would really love to hear it. Yeah, so we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position under the extended energies. And this could very much be pertaining to you guys, Virgo. Like this is either you or a, let's see, what's before Virgo? this could either be pertaining to you or a Leo person in your life. But this is someone, and I'm getting the vibe that it's you guys, because this is someone who's kind of like a jack of all trades. It's like it feels like you guys are really wanting to pick something and master it, and build your life and career based on like some one thing to master. That is what it feels like, okay? But it's like you guys might feel like you guys are kind of just like all over the place. Like maybe you have too many interests. Maybe there's like a lot of things that you could do that sound like a dream and sound really amazing. But it's like you guys really are wanting to pick one, okay? Now, I was listening to a podcast, and there was, I believe it was Wendy Kennedy, and she was being interviewed on the Balance Blonde podcast, and she channels the Pleiadian galactic beings. If you guys aren't familiar with starseeds, galactic beings, etc., I would suggest Googling it just to have an idea of what it is. But she was channeling the Pleiadians, and they said it doesn't matter what you do as long as you put joy into it. And it's kind of right. I mean, you know, like you can do all these different things, but what matters is like the type of energy that you're going to be putting into it. So anyways, I hope this is of help to you guys. We have the 10 of Swords next. A lot of signs have been getting this. I believe like Aries got it. Who else got it? I forget, but like 1 to 3 other signs got this too. But it's like you guys are definitely awakening. Your chakra centers are opening up. It looks like a scary card, but it's actually a really, really good card, okay? This is you guys kind of stepping out of this dark night of the soul phase that you guys have been going through, and now you are just like an awakened being. You know, it's like you're shedding old ways of thinking, being, living behind, and it's like you guys are just like conscious and awake, okay? You guys are starting to become aware of like the infinite possibilities available to you. If any of you guys have had some trouble like trusting your intuition or your gut instincts before, I think that it would be a good idea for you guys to start working on learning how to start trusting it now, because your chakra centers are opening up, and you're more receptive to receiving this intuitive information, okay? So it's actually a really beautiful card here. So let's see what else we got for you guys. What are the extended energies of the hidden influences for Virgo? What are the extended energies for the hidden influences for Virgo? What are the extended energies for the hidden influences for Virgo? Okay, so we have the Page of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Moon reversed. Okay, so it's like, yeah, and you know, with this Page of Wands right under the World, it's like you guys are I feel like you guys might not even be completely conscious about it yet, but you know, this is what this reading's for, to give you guys insight on what's going on at the right time when you need it. But anyways, with this Page of Wands right under the World here, it's like you guys are ushered into this new creative phase, this new cycle, okay? And it's this and it's like your vitality is changing, your energy is changing, and you guys are gaining more energy and vitality, okay? And for some of you, it's like there's like new projects, new endeavors, new enterprises on the horizon for you. There's a lot of potential here with this Page of Wands here, but I feel like for most of you, it's like you've already kind of entered it. Like you've already been ushered into this new cycle. Okay. So if there has been anyone you've been thinking of telling off, maybe it's the Queen of Swords. I mean, you have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, and they're both reversed. It's like if there's anyone you've been thinking of telling off, I feel like you guys, it'd be good for you guys to just kind of watch it a little bit. I'm all about speaking up and saying what's necessary at the right time, but just, there's other ways to word it, okay? Just think about the consequences is what I'm saying. Just communicate consciously is what I'm trying to get at. Now, with the Moon reversed as an outcome card, it's like you guys, I feel like you guys might not be getting enough sleep. You guys, it'd be really good for you guys to keep up with your sleep schedule. And melatonin, it's one of those natural vitamins you can purchase over the counter. It doesn't leave you feeling groggy, but it'd be good, if you have the weekends off and you go back to work on Monday and you got to get back in routine again. It's good to take it on Sunday night, like take it for like 2 nights a week, okay? And it'll get you on schedule again. For others of you, I want you guys to be conscious of what you're doing right before you go to bed. Like, it feels like it would be good for you guys to kind of lay off watching anything really violent, or like, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, that kind of thing. I don't even think those are airing right now, but you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to get at here. But it'd be good to lay low on watching those things right before you go to bed, because right before you go to bed, whenever you enter into that sleep state, you're regenerating your cells, okay? You guys are like, whenever you wake up, it's like you are affirming what you were thinking right before you go to bed, okay? For others of you, I feel like you guys are resisting healing in some way. Like, it feels like things are coming up to the surface that are kind of making you guys uncomfortable, and it's like I get the idea that you guys are like avoiding it, like you guys are kind of just like brushing it off, but in actuality it's coming up in order for you to heal, okay? These can be like very uncomfortable things, like programming that's like buried deep in the subconscious that you picked up from childhood, okay? We literally pick up everything from ages 0 to 7. So it's that kind of thing. It's coming up in order for you to heal, okay? So meditation, hypnosis, NLP, any kind of reprogramming would be good for you guys. Journaling, just tuning inward this month. And like, if you notice anything, any thoughts or memories coming up that make you kind of uncomfortable, I want you guys to just like acknowledge them, okay? Try your best to just be conscious of acknowledging them without judgment, okay? And then go back to whatever you're doing. Yoga would be really good for you guys this month. For others of you, I feel like with the King of Swords here, it's like you guys are really trying to get to the truth of a situation. since this is in the advice column, we have the Seven of Cups and the King of Swords reversed in the advice column. For some of you, it'd be a good idea to tell the truth. If there's like something going on, maybe like a white light came up, you are strongly advised to tell the truth. Now, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading by pulling a card from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. And we're just going to see what else Spirit wants you guys to know. See how they can shed some love and light on your situation, and just to end your reading with some more love and light. All right, so I now call on my angels of healing, love, and light to enter into this time and space. Please connect me to clear divine love, guidance, and wisdom. Please help me to clearly see, hear, feel, sense, and know the insight, wisdom, and guidance available to me now. Please help me to clearly interpret and communicate the benevolent messages you have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for their highest good and for the highest good of all. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What else does Virgo need to know for their highest good and for the highest good of all? Okay, so we got 3 that fell out here. I might have time to read 1 or 2, but let's see. Okay, so we have Unbound. Wow, it says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I feel like this very much is tied to this Moon card, okay? We also have, trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? That Ten of Swords card where I mentioned, like if you guys have had trouble trusting your gut instincts and your intuition in the past, now would be a really good time to start tuning into that, because you guys, your chakra centers are opening, your channels are clearing. So that's very, very exciting. So yeah, trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Pay attention to what feels right, okay? What are the things that you feel drawn to do rather than the things that like you feel like you have to do, okay? Try to find a balance in each, okay, in your day-to-day. And then we have, a lot of people are getting this card too, Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Oh my goodness, so many people are getting this. And so who did I just do? I just did Leo. And I mentioned, if you have Leo as a rising or a moon sign, I would suggest you guys watch that video too. But I mentioned in their video, Yogi Bhajan, he came up with these principles for the Aquarian age. And one of the principles is recognize that the other person is you, which is interesting because, when we're judging ourselves and we're like self-critical and just, just being really, really critical with ourselves, it's like when we see those qualities in others, it makes us want to rip our hair out. It annoys us so, so much, right? And this is a very, very human thing. It's totally normal. Just something to be conscious of and something to bring your awareness to, okay? So I'm going to read these first 2 for you here, okay? They feel heavy. They feel really important, okay? So let's see. So we have Unbound. Okay, so it says here, it is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. Oh my gosh, this is just what I was saying with the Moon card. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of past lives. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. So yeah, name them and claim them, okay? Those feelings, those thoughts and memories, feelings that come up that make you uncomfortable, name them. Okay, so when acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. So we have a little work your light activation here. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to hold your hands over your heart center as you're watching this. Take a big, deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. And repeat after me. I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, forever unbound. All right, now take a big inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Okay. So let's see. Trust the niggle. This one feels pretty heavy too. So let's see what it says here. Okay, so that niggling feeling, that annoying niggling feeling, that inconvenient, annoying niggling feeling, try as you might, it's there and it ain't going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring their niggling feelings, throwing their best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalization to numb them out. It's exhausting, and until you face the niggle, life just throws you more bait to awaken it. To draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. Oh my gosh, this is like your chakra centers opening up here. The niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. Often we feel the niggling feeling in our body first. Many people think that intuition is something from the higher realms, but in fact, it is the body that is the intuitive one, working through our senses to deliver vibrational information. It just takes a moment every day to scan your body to receive the intuitive intelligence and act on it quickly. You are being called to face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, and then you will likely regret that you didn't answer the niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the niggle now. So your work your light inquiry is, what is your niggling feeling trying to tell you? All right, Virgo, I hope these were of help to you. If you resonate with these messages, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. If you like this video, please like, share, or subscribe. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm sending lots of love and light your way, and you guys take care.